Fucking hell, what was that? What was that? I know. What was... That shit me up. Sorry, I'm falling over. I know. Let's keep...
I think at one point in time there was a Sasquatch. It's proven. There's a thing called Gigantopithecus, and they think that at one point in time people probably lived alongside those things. And that's probably the sort of myth that goes through all these different cultures. I think at one point in time there probably was a thing like that.
They discovered hobbits, little 3-foot tall people.
Yeah, the island of Flores. It existed on the island of Flores, and they think it existed in other places. They called it the Orang Pendek. There's like different names for it in different parts of the world. Part of the myths and cultures. And I don't want to say myths, I should say legend, because it was real. At one point in time, somebody probably encountered this thing that we know for sure existed alongside people. But now that we know it was really a thing, all those stories about people seeing them back in the day were probably real.
Bro, when's the last time you went to Bangkok?
2018 and 2019.
You know the Suvarnabhumi airport? It is actually one of Thailand's most haunted places.
Huh?
So actually, right, the area that the airport was built on was once a rural marshland known as Nong Nuhao or Cobra Swamp. So despite the terrain deemed unsuitable for the establishment of the aviation hub, the swamp was drained for the construction. But what many did not know was that this part of the land was also an ancient cemetery. So during the construction, workers reported strange incidents like hearing unearthly chanting, moaning, and wailing. So when the airport was finally finished and opened, the officials held a huge ceremony to appease and banish spirits. This ritual involved 99 Thai Buddhist monks who prayed and chanted for 9 weeks. And at the conclusion of the blessings and rites, a baggage handler stumbled out of the crowd, claiming to be the deceased cemetery guardian Pu Ming, and told them he would bring chaos to the airport unless a shrine was set up in his honor. Quickly, the monks blessed the man to remove the spirit. So after this incident, officials decided to set up 6 shrines around the airport for the spirits, and the airport staff have to pray to them every Saturday. But many still claim to have seen Pu Ming roaming around the halls of the airport with his blue silhouette and walking stick. Pu Ming has also been said to possess people around the airport. So there was one big incident that happened where an aircraft from Guangzhou, China lost control and skidded off the runway during a landing in 2013. An injured passenger claimed to have spotted a flight attendant who was wearing the Thai dress that Thai Airways air hostesses wear, helping to evacuate people from the aircraft. However, Thai Airways said that none of their flight attendants wore a traditional Thai uniform that night. Another disturbing fact is that the airport has seen an abnormally high number of suicides. A glass barrier was eventually erected to try and prevent this from happening. So now, regular prayer sessions are held at the airport shrines to try and keep the spirits happy and calm. People also frequently leave offerings at the shrines. So the next time you are flying at Suvarnabhumi airport, would you put some offerings and...
I mean, I don't mind.
I mean, whatever you can do to have a safe flight, right?
Yeah, it's always better to have things in your favor than against you.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Jurassic Park is a host to many monstrous creatures, but few match the sheer ferocity that is Scorpius Rex, the first of Dr. Wu's canon hybrids. As his first true hybrid, it doesn't have all the kinks worked out. It has a brachycephalic muzzle that causes it breathing problems, similar to pugs. Its teeth are also incredibly jagged and uneven. Because of these features, Masrani deemed the Scorpius unfit for display. If the Indominus was going to give the parents nightmares, then this will give the whole family some trauma. But these dinosaurs are probably the most hyper-aggressive that Wu has ever made. Just like the Indominus Rex, it can see in infrared. But it also boasts something unique from its namesake, the scorpionfish. Along its head, tail, and arms, they have quills. These quills contained a powerful venom. While scorpionfish venom isn't usually lethal to humans, these guys likely carried more than the standard dose. And even if it didn't kill you, without treatment, it would still cause you to get incredibly sick, making it all the easier for them to check your name off a list. Like I said, Jurassic World has made a lot of monsters, but few compare to this guy.
The scariest thing that could happen just happened to this girl.
What happened?
There was a group of friends in Ohio. One of the girls decided to go into a dark closet holding a flashlight.
Why?
Well, her friends told the police she was in there for 2 minutes before they heard her say, "Show me the light or leave me in darkness."
What?
Yeah, then the friends said they heard a whisper of another person.
In the closet?
Yes. So they opened the door, but no one was there, not even the girl.
Where'd she go?
Honestly, just don't say those words in the closet.
Found this on his walk home from work. Are these 4 individuals trying to summon a friend?
In early May of 2018, a man by the name of Prabhu Bhattara was returning from a wedding in eastern India with 2 other people. After driving for a while, Prabhu decided he needed to relieve himself, so he pulled his SUV off into a rest area in this national park. Upon exiting his vehicle, he noticed several other people around, but what really caught his attention was this pond out in front of him. Not the pond specifically, but what was drinking out of the pond, and that was a 200 to 300 pound sloth bear. This was apparently so intriguing to Prabhu that his first thought was, I really need to get a selfie with this bear. So he began walking towards it. Now, according to eyewitnesses, they would say that several people would yell at him and warn him like, hey, that's a bear, and not only that, but it looks injured, and an injured bear is probably not something you should get close to. But Prabhu would totally disregard them, and he would go stand basically right next to it. There was like a shallow grade embankment down to this pond. It was probably, 10 feet or so. Prabhu would stand at the top of it right above this bear. And he turns around to get his selfie. And when he does that, his feet slip on the embankment. And that noise would immediately send the bear into fight or flight mode. And the bear would choose fight. It whips around and it's on Prabhu in an instant, and it pins him to the ground, and it's tearing into him with these massive 3-inch claws that these bears have, and it's biting him on the shoulder and the arm, and eventually it's got him by the hand. And it's at this point that everybody that's just standing around watching pulls out their cell phones and begins to record. Nobody really makes a move to help him except for one guy comes up for about 5 seconds with a long skinny branch and kind of gives the bear a couple of love taps before he backs back off, and just everybody's just standing around watching as this bear tears this guy to pieces for the next couple minutes. Prabhu is able to stand up on his feet at one point for a few seconds, but the bear has still got him by the hand in its mouth, and it gives him 2 swats, once across the head and one across the neck. And again, these bears' claws are disproportionately large for how big of a bear it is, 3 inches long. And when it did that, it ripped open his neck. It probably got his carotid artery. And then the bear just drags him back down to the ground and begins to tug him around by the arm again, by the hand. At some point, it grabs him by the shoulder. And you can watch all of this on video if you want to, by the way. It's blurry and it's far away. But again, everybody's just filming. That's all they're doing. They're just standing around filming this guy being eaten, being killed by this bear. So You can watch it if you want. At some point, a dog comes in, a stray dog, and tries to help, but it doesn't deter the bear at all. Prabhu is killed on the spot in front of everybody as they film it. Park rangers would come out later, tranquilize the bear, get its body, and treat the bear for the bear's injuries.